Sweet 16 starts this Thursday night. I'm going to give you all 4 games with free analysis coming up right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV, and I've given you every NCAA tournament game so far here free on videos. I'm going to continue to do it here on both Thursday and Friday. All 4 Sweet 16 games for Thursday night, and then I'll be back tomorrow and Friday with all 4 Friday night games as well. If you're finding it useful, thumbs up, like, positive comment below, because I read them and I do reply back. All right, let's start in rotation order as we've been doing each and every week so far here in the tournament. And we'll start in the East Regionals. And the late game is actually the first one on the top of the rotation. That's at 9:39 Eastern. Arizona and Duke. Currently, Duke about a 9.5 point favorite. Total's been bet up from 152 up to 154. Arizona does like to play fast. Duke is actually more of a slow-down half-court team than they were under Krzyzewski. The last couple of years under John Shire, they've been more of a half-court tempo team. Arizona will look to push the pace, and that's really their only chance in this game, but they don't match up well. Arizona does not shoot a lot of threes. They rely on scoring in transition and from two-point range, and Duke has the third best two-point defense in the nation, and Duke also is a very balanced attack. They're a good three-point shooting team, top 20 in the nation. Arizona gives up a lot of threes, and it won't matter. Even if threes aren't falling, they got a huge size edge down low also. Hard to get in front of the Blue Devils. This line might look pricey, but keep in mind, I think Duke's going to win the whole thing. They were the pre-tournament favorite at 3-1, and I went back and checked. The last 7 years, the team that wins the NCAA tournament championship has gone 32-9 against the spread, including a perfect 6-0 sweep 3 of the 7 years. I think UConn did that last year, right? They might have even done it the year before. Another team went 5-1. So once again, 4 of the last 7 champs are at least 5-1 or 6-0 in the tournament. Duke so far 2-0 against the spread, blowing out Baylor and Mount St. Mary's. If you're going to play it, I would lay it with the Duke Blue Devils. Don't take Arizona hoping they can cover. If you like them, play them on the money line because they're going to probably have to win outright. That game's at 9:39 Eastern. All right, the other game in the East region, by the way, these games are in New Jersey. Newark, New Jersey. Another one is BYU, Alabama. This is the first game of the night at 7:09 Eastern. Alabama opened 3.5. We saw some fast money coming on Bama, pushing them up to 5.5. Total also bet heavy, 171.5 up to 175.5. So decent amount of money on Alabama and also on the over in that game. By the way, I will give you public consensus data when I see it. I meant to point out that the most public totals play is probably the over in that Arizona-Duke game. Once again, Duke-Arizona looking pretty public on the over. Not a lot of consensus data here in this BYU-Alabama game at 7 Eastern. I've been, off on BYU. I think they're an overrated team. They have had some favorable matchups so far in the tournament. I thought VCU was definitely going to match up better against them. Couldn't get it done. Same with Wisconsin, but BYU survived a high-scoring game, 91-89 in that one. A little bit of a step up in class here, in my opinion, now against Alabama, who is the fastest-paced team in the country. And BYU's moderate. They're actually at 181, middle of the pack. So I do think Bama will control the tempo. BYU plays fast or slow. They really kind of give into what the opponent does. And Alabama's going to push the pace. BYU relies heavily on the three-point shot. They take nearly half of their field goal attempts from three-point range this year, and that might be trouble in a fast-paced game, especially considering Alabama's strength has been a very strong three-point defense this year, ranking 20th in the country, 20th best three-point defense out of 364 teams, which is even more impressive considering they played in the best conference in the country this year in the SEC. So I think this is a tough matchup for BYU. Line is definitely inflated. It's gone from 3.5 up to 5.5, but once again, the early sharp money has pushed it higher, and if BYU's threes are not falling, this is going to be a difficult matchup. As far as the total, once again, it comes down to does BYU make their three-pointers or not. Sharp money obviously is on the over, and you know how I feel big totals. We either bet them over or we pass. Not sure there's a ton of value left at this point. But once again, Alabama does have a good three-point defense, so I would lean towards the Bama side at the minus 5.5. That's your early game in the East region at 7 Eastern on Thursday night. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Going to get to those other 2 games in the West region in just a moment. Quick reminder, I will have Friday's Sweet 16 games, also Saturday and Sunday's Elite 8 games here and free videos for you. If you're finding them useful, thumbs up, like, and comment below because I do read the comments and I reply back. And also make sure you've clicked subscribe here on WagerTalk. I know most of you have, almost 200,000 subscribers here on the channel, but also consider clicking that bell as well, because you will get an instant alert when this video is posted each and every day, so you can watch and win along with all of us here on Wager Talk TV. And by the way, comment below, what games do you like Thursday night in the NCAA Sweet 16? Sides, totals, include some analysis if you have time. Let's learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. Don't forget, my personal best bets are available each and every day on my page at WagerTalk.com. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. You can get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. I also post a free play every day, a bonus free play game that was just a bit outside for making the best bet card. My last cut, my strongest opinion, goes up free for everybody. Also, don't miss out, Sweet 16 contest. You can enter up till the first game tips tonight on Thursday. If you get enough games right, you can win up to a full year of my best bet service, a $2,000 value, completely free. Once again, I've got all 8 sides and totals for Thursday and Friday, 16 selections. If you pick at least 11 or more right, you win free best bet service, anywhere from 1 day up to 1 year. And it's free to enter. That link is on my homepage right now. And you got to do it before 7 Eastern tonight on Thursday. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. All right, let's look at the 2 West Coast games here, the West Regional semis tonight, also on Thursday. These taking place in San Francisco, California. And once again, the betting rotation has the late game first, but we're going to go down in rotation order. Arkansas and Texas Tech. It's the last game of the evening at 10 Eastern. Texas Tech has held steady. Very little movement on this line. It's pretty much been 5.5 all week. Total's been bumped up a teeny bit from 147 up to 148. And this is a matchup that really comes down to tempo. Texas Tech likes a slow-down half-court game. They're one of the bottom third tempo teams in the nation. Arkansas, meanwhile, top 70 in the country this year in pace. Calipari has them playing well, and he has them playing fast. But what's interesting is the faster-paced team in Arkansas actually has the weaker offense and also the weaker defense, especially if you look at efficiency ratings. And effective field goal percentage, Arkansas has been much weaker because that accounts for threes, and Texas Tech is a good three-point shooting team. So it probably will come down to if Texas Tech is hitting their threes or not. Both teams are pretty equal from two-point range, but Texas Tech is the better three-point shooting team and overall the better three-point defense as well overall. Well, actually, not the better three-point defense, but they give up a lot less shots from three. So I do think Texas Tech will have the three-point edge in this game, and that'll probably be the difference tonight. Once again, not too much movement, though, on the side. Overall, it's held steady at 5.5. Total's been bumped a teeny bit higher this week. All right, the other game in the West Regional is Maryland and Florida. That's your 7:30 Eastern game, and that should be a fun one to watch. Maryland coming off that, I guess you could say, controversial win on the Sunday against Colorado State. Colorado State hits the 3 to go up by 1. Maryland goes down. Derek Queen, their star freshman, makes the 2.5-step bank shot to win. 3 steps, but they said he was bobbling the ball in the first one, so he got his other 2. It wasn't a travel. They didn't call it. I thought it looked fishy at first, but the in-studio official, Salvatore, explained it and said it actually was not a travel. And also, you don't want to see a game decided by that. It was a great play. Will Maryland can't continue that momentum here against Florida? We'll see. Gators are a really good team. And once again, I mentioned how the team that has won the national title has gone 32-9 the last 7 years. Well, I do think Duke's a team to beat, but Florida was the second favorite, followed by Auburn. So once again, if you think the Gators are winning the national title, they most likely cover. I'm going to look more at the total here, though, for this video. And by the way, Florida's gone from -5 up to -6. Oh, by the way, last game I meant to mention this. Red flag alert, Arkansas is the most public underdog this week. Another reason I like Texas Tech in that game. Meant to mention that earlier. But yes, Arkansas is a public dog. They're the one big public dog on Thursday. So factor that into your handicapping and do with it as you will. But as you know, in general, we look to fade public dogs. It's definitely a angle that I rely on as part of my filter when handicapping games. All right, back to this Maryland-Florida matchup. Florida has gone from -5 up to -6. Total has also been bumped from 155 up to 157. And I agree with that move. Both of these teams rank top 70 in the nation in tempo and pace, so it's really not even a question that it's going to be a fast-paced game. And something else I think that makes it to be even more likely to be faster than normal is that they both played some slow games recently. Maryland against Colorado State and Grand Canyon, Florida against Norfolk State and Connecticut, who really likes to slow the game down. It's kind of like a horse in the starting gate, right? When you have 2 up-tempo teams that have been haltered by slow teams recently, they really want to run when they get the chance, and I think that'll be the case in this game. Both teams have excellent three-point defenses. They both are okay from two-point defensive range. Maryland does have a huge difference, though, in two-point offense. Florida is much better. They're 26th in the country. Maryland only 123rd. So if it is a fast-paced game, Florida does score in transition a little bit better. And both teams also moderate as far as getting points from the free throw line, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Neither team turns the ball over much, and they both like to play fast. So I think the move to the over makes sense. This should be an up-tempo game. The total has gone from 155 up to 157 for Thursday. All right, rapid fire, your 4 games for Thursday in the Sweet 16. We'll do it again tomorrow and Friday, all 4 of those games as well. Quick reminder, if you're finding these videos useful and you want to see more of them, thumbs up, like, and comment below because I do read the comments and I reply back. We'll have some baseball videos here in the near future. NBA, I did an NBA Thursday night video, also a Wednesday night video. I'll do NBA a lot of times. And when the NBA playoffs begin, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I did every NCAA tournament game for you so far. I think I'll do every NBA playoff game for the 2+ months. Whew, that's going to be a lot. But if you want to see it, I'll do it. Once again, comment below and let me know. And if you want to enter that free Sweet 16 contest, you got to do it before the first game tips. You have to do it before that BYU-Alabama game tips on Thursday night. So get in by 7:05 Eastern just to be safe. And once again, if you get 11 out of the 16 or more, you win up anywhere from a free day up to a full year, $2,000 worth of my free best bets, my personal plays, at WagerTalk.com. It's quite simple. I've been a professional handicapper for almost 29 years now, and if I'm using a selection, every client gets it. Doesn't matter if you have a 1 day, a 1 week, a 1 month, or a 1 year subscription. Every client gets the same personal best bets I'm using each day. Same games I've won consistently with for the past 29 years as a full-time professional. Same games that were up 133 units for all sports clients last year in 2024. And don't forget, we had a monster baseball season. Baseball has officially started this Thursday. It is here. We doubled our bankroll by the end of August. We'd already won 100 units by the end of August last year, and we're looking to do it again here in 2025. Don't miss out. Yes, we're talking college hoops, but the NBA playoffs are about to start. Baseball starts today. It's a great time to be an All Sports All Access client. If you'd like to get a full year for $1 a play, I do have a special promo code on my page right now, SM365. That's a 1 year all access, football, basketball, and baseball, college and pro, every play, every day, with an instant $811 discount when you use promo code SM365. Look, you don't have to memorize the promo codes, the special offers. It's all on my page right now, including the link to that free Sweet 16 contest and the daily bonus free play. Check it out right now, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And hey, get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. You can also follow me on social media at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L. At Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV because you know there's more free play videos coming up next.